I think Terrorblade's super strong, but I mean, I think Luna has her own strengths compared to Terrorblade. Like, Terrorblade is super counterable, especially we've seen,
10 seconds
you know,
remaining.
this. I would say Terrorblade is a good hero against Leshrac, but we have seen
5
people
seconds
picking heroes like
remaining.
Leshrac to, try and run it down early. If you have a lot of magic damage, it can work. Stuff like Elder Titan's super good. I think Luna is just as good, but Terrorblade counters Luna. That's what the hero that people have been using to try and counter her. I think that's part of a reason why they banned Terrorblade here. With the
10
reflection
seconds
onto
Yeah.
remaining.
Luna, obviously really strong. However, I will say there are ways to deal with it.
5 seconds
Satanic,
remaining.
they changed that IM so that it dispels on cast. So a lot of times you'll see someone pop Satanic randomly in their base, when they're being sieged or something, and everyone goes like, "Ah, Satanic low for what?" I mean, actually, they're just dispelling the Terrorblade uh, reflect. It's actually really nice now, but still, it's not the best matchup. So I'm down for the ban. I'm down for the Luna pick. I think this is looking really good for Unique so far. Hoodwink has been picked up loads as well. With the break, it's really good against the Timbersaw. It looks like they have a lot of good responses here to Bates lineup so far.
Okay.
I
The Hoodwink, the one hero I was hoping wouldn't come out because this is,
hmm
I was hoping for like a low key small event so I could like get my first casting with Hoodwink. But no, it's okay. For TI qualifiers, just throw it right on me. That's fine, Team Unique. Um, PL versus
okay.
Luna, straight off the bat. What are your thoughts here with the PL being picked up for bait? Because I think you said yesterday that obviously not on cast, but you talking about it, the Phantom Lancer or somebody
10
was
seconds remaining.
the PL is like Watson's
5
favorite
seconds
hero.
remaining.
Like
Yeah.
he's super comfortable on the Phantom Lancer. We saw him yesterday. During the
hmm
qualifiers, he wrecked face. It was against no techies and the Leshrac banner
Yeah.
there. But yeah, this Phantom Lancer, how do you think the Luna Phantom Lancer matchup?
10
How
seconds
comfortable is that for
remaining.
either hero?
It seems pretty
5
nice. Luna
seconds
doesn't
remaining.
exactly. I mean, Glaive's obviously going to be pretty decent against Phantom Lancer, but he's still when he gets his tanky items, Scotty, whatever you choose to buy,
13
right?
back.
It's
Hmm.
very hard for Luna to clear or deal with it, especially since early game at least she's a very not mana, magic damage heavy carry, right? She's gonna ult. That's not very good against PL. They have Phoenix. We talked about the egg here. PL's really good there as well. In general, this is just a very nice hero
10
to
seconds
have
remaining.
Yeah.
here against Unique, in my opinion. I think
Radiant
I
turn
like
back.
Bates drafting because they're very flexible. During the DPC League, their most picked hero was Centaur, and that was only with 4 games. No other hero hit 4 games for them during their run. So they are very open to just picking different heroes, weird heroes as PL, a comfort, it seems, for them.
10
I
seconds
like it. It's
remaining.
different amongst all of these Lunas, Terrorblades, Faceless Voids, and
5
Medusas, right? I think
seconds
it's cool.
remaining.
I'm excited to see how they run it here against Unique. And I think right now, Unique don't exactly have the wave clear necessary to deal with it.
Okay.
Dire
Okay.
team pick.
The ban out the puck. Tide Hunter will be the
Mm-hmm.
final ban here now as well. So it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, both teams are looking for their mid heroes. Is there anything you think finishes off this bait draft? Anything that brings it all together and throws out the
10
final piece
seconds
here
remaining.
for bait?
Um, they have banned
5
out
seconds remaining.
Dendy's Invoker and Puck. He played those quite a lot in DPC. He played Leshrac yesterday as well, but they banned that out themselves. So,
Radiant team pick.
Wind Ranger. Interesting. I don't know about that.
Neither do I. I say this as a huge Wind Ranger fan.
Choose your hero.
Yeah.
She is not good at the minute.
I would have thought they would be a bit more worried because she's quite counterable. I mean, they have this Ember Spirit, which can potentially ruin her. Also, she wants to jump around a fight, not get stunned up, which is exactly what Dragon Knight is going to do. They have a lot of magic damage in Luna and Phoenix to deal with her Hoodwink as well. I think this is a very scary pick. The
Yeah.
only thing I would say that they have going for them is that they have Lion on their team. If Lion comes mid, when Dendi has, Javelin or something, they could probably kill this Ember Spirit. I think it's definitely possible. It's a little bit scary to be ganking mid nowadays because of the increased TP range, but I can see it working. I can see it working. It depends on how well they do their rotations this game, for sure, for bait.
Okay, okay.
5
So,
seconds remaining.
just quick glance at both lineups. You know, no, not committal, but you know, who do you feel has the better lineup here? You know, who do you think, like, player skill off the table? Just if you were to see these two lineups, you know, on instinct, which one were you picking?
Instinctually, I think I like Bates more because Enchantress is a very strong hero that can be flexed to like 5 and 4. You can kind of choose which lane you want to ruin. They can, you know, this PL is pretty much unanswered. I think Ember Spirit's decent against him, but I have often seen a lot of Ember Spirits that don't quite manage to bring enough damage to kill him as they move into mid to late game. So I think a lot of this game rests on how well this mid lane goes. If FN balls out of control on Ember Spirit, you know, if he's rotating to side lanes and killing people, then it could spell really badly for Bait. But I like Bait's lineup a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a Luna. Like, I see a Luna, I say winner. You know, that's just how I feel about that. But hopefully we do get a good match coming up, because this is our, again, first game. We do have a second game to come after this one, but for now we're going to be focusing on the first game of Bait versus Unique.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see how it goes. Obviously, Team Unique were an upper division team, and Team Bait were lower division, so we haven't seen them play against each other yet. So this is quite the match. I think there's a potential for Unique's confidence to be knocked because they've been having, you know, some rough results lately. Like, they lost 0-2 to PuckChamp yesterday, which is probably kind of upsetting for them because during the DPC they actually beat PuckChamp 2-1. So they might have been expecting better results yesterday, and they didn't quite get them. They also, I think they came 9th to 12th in ESL Summer. They lost to Alliance and Viking in that tournament. So I don't know. If you're Team Unique, you're just looking for a win right now. I think they might just outclass Bait by pure skill. But mentally, I don't know. I'd like to see them pull through here, get a win.
A couple issues. I've still got the draft on in game, so I'm just trying to sort that out. Hopefully. See, this is the way it goes. I tested everything yesterday. It was fine. It worked. So let's take a look at, actually, as we get the reconnect in, just take a quick look at the items. Nothing too different. Bignum has gone for the Blightstone. It looks like we've got the Timber Saw setting up for the Soul Ring there. But yeah, no, nothing too crazy. And both teams now reconnected as I'm looking for a fix for the draft. Why it's still doing that, I do not know.
Oh, I see. I'm actually surprised the Timbersaw went to Gauntlets at the start. Usually a lot of Timbersaws start with the Ring of Protection because obviously Timbersaw gets armor from his reactive, but they don't usually, you know, have it at level 1, especially since you kind of want to go Timber Chain or Whirling Death, so you need to make up for the fact that you don't have armor yet, so that you can lane to the point where you are strong. They are smoking into Unique right now though. Oh, they're gonna break.
Yep, smoke
And
breaks
run
here,
away.
and we just run ourselves away.
I think on a level 1
30
fight,
seconds to battle.
who would be stronger? Lionson's pretty strong, Timbersaw. Kind of strong too, but I think the the Dragon Knight is so scary to run yourself into at level 1 because of the Dragon Tail. The stun is 2.5 seconds at level 1 for some reason. I think Ice Frog thought that was okay. He just put it into the game. So yeah, I think most Dragon Knights have been skilling that level 1 and then putting 2 points in Dragon Blood.
Yeah, I have seen even a couple of players going straight for the Dragon Blood first, depending on what's in the lane. Obviously, it is the lion, so the right click isn't a massive threat here. So, like you said, could probably save it for now. Probably let's take a look what he scales up. Nothing just yet. Getting into the lane. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, there is going to be a little bit of a one-on-one with No Fear and Slayer, just trying to harass each other out. No Fear needs to run himself away though, because those fiery spirits doing a lot of damage and burning the Enchantress's fur. So Enchantress just needs to prance herself back a little bit.
Yeah, so this is the flex we were talking about. They put the Enchantress in the off lane with the Timber Source, so this should be a very scary lane. They're going to block the hard cam, which is obviously the most important thing that you want to do against an Enchantress. However, there are other camps she can go to, so I think when the camp spawns, she's probably going to go deeper into the Radiant Jungle to go get something.
Yeah, the slow coming out into Plinthmos. Plinthmos needs to move himself back here, taking a whole lot of damage, but we'll be able to get that salve off. How does the Luna cope in this lane? Because you're saying it was a scary lane. Is it, obviously being a range hero here now as well, Plinthmos doesn't need to come too close, but does she still need to worry about the Timber Chain, the Will and Death, or is that just Slayer's job here now to just 100% throw the fiery spirits out and try and force the Timber Saw away?
I mean, of course you need to be worried about Timbersaw spells. He's great at nuking, and I think that maybe one of the reasons that they let this Luna through in the draft is because they were intending on picking this Enchantress, right? Like, Enchantress just secures most lanes, so whilst Luna typically beats Timbersaw in lane, this Enchantress could easily turn the tables. And also, Phoenix is a very weak laner, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but it could go pretty poorly for Luna. I think there's definitely kill threat as well. You know, there's no stuns here to protect Luna if they go on her.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that lane. Meanwhile, on the top lane, there's been a little bit of a dewarding skirmish going on between the Lion and the Hoodwinked here now as well. Ghosty could have taken a little bit of harass from the Spirit Lance. But again, 1 point into that Dragon's Blood. He shouldn't be too bad here, taking the right clicks from TSA. But Ghostic and Avert Spike just needs to back himself away. Getting in low, but again, does have the salves. Has a Tango pop there as well, so should be fine. Gets himself back in lane. How does the DK do, like, because there is a decent amount of magic damage coming through just from, again, the Earth Spike and the Spirit Lance. Does Ghostic, does he want to be focusing? Oh, Dragon Tail comes out. Are we going to be sitting in the bushwhack? No. And Watson is going to be able to get the Doppelganger away from that acorn shot tree.
Nice done there.
Yeah, it was a good setup. Just that Earth Spike being held there against Bignum just messed it up a little bit. But how does Watson do here? Is this... Because he does have the Spirit Lance, you know, if he needs to get him, maybe try and farm up a couple creeps, as once again Hoodwink, Earth Spike, as well as the Mana Drain. Yeah, how does this go for Watson on this lane?
This lane should probably be a little bit hard for him because Dragon Knight, obviously, like I was talking about, the stun is so strong. The ability for Unique to simply just stun him up and then chain stun with Hoodwink, if, you know, as long as she doesn't get Earth Spiked again. That's a lot of damage, you know? You're basically constantly harassing him down every time this Dragon Tail up. It's only 70 mana, he has a stick, which is great into a Lion lane. Lion is constantly casting spells. On top of that stick, you know, you have your Soul Ring. This guy's basically just going to constantly be stunning this PL anytime he comes up to lane. It's a hard lane. It's a hard lane for most carries. Dragon Knight is just so absurdly strong right now.
Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Timbersaw is being chased down. One more Lucent Beam might do the job. He does have the vision as well, so that is going to be first blood. And Jack can save the T-Tours for another day. I'm notorious for missing, like, because I'll get caught up in a point, and I'm just absolutely notorious for missing, like, first blood, because I'm just chatting nonsense. The mid lane as well, we've not really spoke about this. Dandy does have that ward on the high ground here as well. FN, he's gone for the 2 points into the Flame Guard here, but Dandy, he's already got 3 points into the Power Shot, you know. How does this go for just both heroes in this line? You know, how's this matchup looking? Because FN needs to be coming in close, and yes, Flame Guard's nice, but the Power Shot is still doing a bit of damage, you know, a bit of work up against the Ember Spirit here.
I mean, it should be a decent matchup. You can dodge the power shot with Sleight of Fist, and he's maxing it, right? So they also had last pick on Unique, so assumably, you know, they're comfortable with this matchup. They feel like it's gonna, you know, be able to do a lot for them. I think when they hit level 6, there's a potential that they bring this Hoodwink mid and try and kill. Like we were saying, for bait as well, they might bring Lion. I believe we'll probably just see some action on the mid lane at some point soon. Especially because this Dragon Knight is so strong. Oh, they're going on the PL again top, but they missed the stun from Hoodwink, unfortunately.
Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, DK is a hero that can just sit on his own, right? So it's really good for Unique that they can probably send this Hoodwink to go make plays when they feel comfortable.
Yeah. Okay. I am actually looking forward to seeing how the Hoodwink rotates. I've seen a couple of matches, but I've not been like super in researching the Hoodwink matches just yet. But yeah, like you say, like you were saying in the draft, you know, there's a couple of good options for the break as well. Go up against the Enchantress, up against the Timbersaw. So I am looking forward to seeing how this plays. And Palintimos is going to be taking a whole lot of harass here on the bottom lane. It looks like he might try and make a move. There's got an impetus coming up once again. Is there going to be enough damage? Oh, the Lucent Beam, it stuns onto the Timbersaw, so Timbersaw's not going to be able to get that Timber Chain and dive in. And now the Salve is going to be healing up the Luna, but is it going to be enough? It looks like it's still going to be a whole lot of damage. One more Lucent Beam onto the Enchantress. Can they chase this one down? TP coming in from Hoodwink, but it's going to be a little bit too late, and the TP is going to be cancelled now, so Luna will go down, and Slayer could be in trouble here now as well. Will be taking down double kill here for the Timbersaw.
And that is the great strength of the Enchantress Timbersaw lane. Hench went deep into the jungle, found a Centaur creep, and then they just dove tower. And this whole time they've had a siege creep going on the tower, so it's already at half HP. This is really, really good for bait. Basically perfect execution of what they wanted to do with this lane against Luna.
And the Luna's not even TPing back to lane here. It looks like he's just going to go to the jungle. So is this just well, Slayer could be in trouble. He's got the Icarus dive if he needs to get himself away. But he's going to get pretty down low. The tomato just does clap, but that's not a stun, just the slow. So Slayer is able to dive himself out. Is this just now Luna in the jungle at, what, level 5?
Yeah, she's going to hope that Bait are going to push this wave in bot towards the tier 2 and then she can farm that. I don't think she's anywhere close to being able to farm the triangle yet. She's got a Morbid Master flying out on the courier though, so that's going to help her jungle. But yeah, you just, when you're playing bot against Timber like that, you can't TP back in or they're just going to dive you. Timber's actually going to rotate top now to defend his top tower, because usually the natural flow of a game of Dota is that both teams will send like their carry, or like they'll just rotate heroes to take the safe lane tower, right? Obviously Timber can do it way earlier than for bait than what Unique can. Yeah. But yeah, the natural flow of Dota is that you switch lanes, you take the tower, and then you basically farm each other's jungle. But when you have Timbersaw like this, who's had such a good lane, he's taken his tower early, he can just defend top tower, and then that makes the game really hard for Unique, because, you know, how do they rotate to do this when they don't have levels yet? They need, like, you know, Hoodwink 6 and such to really threaten this Timbersaw.
Yeah, Hoodwink is sitting in the mid lane actually. It looks like they're going for runes. The shackle will come off, doesn't actually latch to anything. That's a bit of a double-edged sword, right? With the Wind Ranger up against the Hoodwink. Dendy coming back through. The TP's going to be there, so Slayer should be able to get himself away, but FN takes down TSA. Yeah, that I didn't think about this during the draft. Oh, Bignum, actually. Just making a move, Dendy. But yeah, that's when the Acorn tree comes out. Like, do you have to be super careful where you place this now? Just because Dendy, potentially, I'm assuming it's going to be a Blink Dagger there somewhere. And that's a decent lineup for the Shackle.
Yeah, I know the tree that you can make on Hoodwink is like thinner, I think.
Right.
But I don't think Dendy's gonna want the blink that soon, right? He definitely needs a BKB. I think it's more likely he goes Maelstrom with a BKB. His job is probably gonna be to kill the Luna in fights.
Right.
So as long as he has BKB, he can likely do that. So he should be fine. As soon as he gets his Corans, he should be fine in these fights. I don't think Unique have anything to lock down a BKB. The only worry they have is how they're gonna take fights into this egg. Because if PL is, you know, dead, locked down, or whatever, they basically don't have any heroes that are going to be able to hit the egg. Wind Ranger's attack speed is abysmal. So that is your biggest worry in these fights.
And top lane, like you're talking, there's just a bit of a skirmish going on here between Ghostic and then Timsaw here, who's already gone for the Hood of Defiance. Is that just going to be a straight pipe at this point? Or do you think he goes for the Eternal Shroud?
No, I don't think he goes for either. I think Hood is basically just very standard item on Timbersaw. You buy most games, especially when you're playing against this heavy magic damage lineup from Unique. It's basically core.
Dendy in the mid lane. Sunray is going to be dropped. Slayer, are they going to be able to get in close? The Hex comes out onto the Ember Spirit though, so he's going to be DD'd but fished up underneath the tier 1 tower, taking a couple of tower shots. Dendy does take down Slayer on the back lines, but the chase is on for TSA. Do they want to be going on to Dendy? Dendy might be coming through here. Is there going to be a shackle? Can he line it up? He does get it with the setup there from the Hex from the Lion. He's going to be able to still take down the Lion though with that sleight of fist there. FN will eventually be taken down.
Don't know if that one's worth, Rod. He probably feels pretty smug about that lion kill, but this isn't time to die. You know, it looks like they're not actually going to pressure mid tower though. I thought they might try and push the tower a bit in Ember's death, and they have a siege creep, but Timber's actually just going to run back top. I think they're really valuing this top tower right now. This Dragonite popped his ult, but he's actually just TPing away. They're going to try and push mid.
Let's see where he, if he can get anything on the tower, because he's still got about half of his ultimate left here.
Okay, I actually really like this because Timbersaw walked all the way top. He doesn't have a TP, and now he just has to walk back mid, and they're just pressuring.
Oh, and they find out no fear there. Gets them with the... Well, just the combo coming through from Bignum, though. It might be a setup here, though, onto the Dragonite. Dragonite needs to get himself away, but he's still fished up. Will be taken down. Dendy, no fear. Well, it's going to be a 4-way split there. It looks like the creeps finish it off as the first finger of death comes out. Takes down no fear.
That's unfortunate. The XP from the Dragonite kill gave Lion the experience needed to get his 6 there.
So you're saying it was a calculated kill?
Very calculated.
Bottom lane, Watson making a move. FN, is he going to be able to get... He just gets to dive away on like 80 health. He might be able to get the kill. He takes him down with the remnant damage.
That was very close. And I'll lose the mid tower.
Yeah, Slayer is level 6 now, so he does have that egg available. So if they want to start... Do they start grouping up for the fights, or do you think that... I mean, because Palintimos, he's not got any massive items, you know. He's got himself a Possessed Mask, as well as some Power Treads. So... Oh, he's actually finished off the Yasha. That was just coming out on the courier. Is this just going to be... create space for Palintimos, you know, let him farm up for the next 5-10 minutes? And then look for the rotations and fights?
I don't think your timings right now are around the Luna. She's just going to want to farm up, and I think that's your win condition, obviously. Having her 6 slides so she can fight safely. Your timing right now is Dragonite Blink. He is 1,700 gold into it. When he has it, they'll be able to, you know, make pickoffs with this Ember Spirit. It's kind of unfortunate that they haven't been able to fight early so far. They're going to fight top now.
They're making a move. They take down the Timbersaw.
Very good.
Okay, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, this Ember Spirit is your playmaker this game, like your tempo controller. Luna wants to farm, Ember Spirit wants to kill everyone, and Dragonite is going to be the one that sets that up for him. They've taken some decent skirmishes so far, other than mid that went really poorly for them. But yeah, like now you're waiting on this blink from DK, and then you're going to start to make some moves. They take the top tower. That's good for them. It opens up the map. It means they can invade the jungle. When you have control of the enemy jungle like this, if they choose to take it, then that means you have easier access to ganking the mid tower, and that's how you take that objective. So, you know, just in general, this tower is just really strong. Also, Roche is in the top half of the map, of course, so the more space you have to play around top, the better for when you eventually get strong enough to take the Roche. That's far off though, for now.
That's enough, yeah. With the enchantress as well, it looks like the build that I usually see, obviously building up into that impetus, but a couple more points into the heal. Not actually going to go for the dive through Slayer though. They might actually try and go for an engage. Timbersaw is already in, and there's going to be a remnant diving forward here for FN. Are they going to try and make a move onto the Timbersaw? Timbersaw power shot, but there's going to be a Dragon Tail onto Dendy on the backlines now as well. So Slayer going to be popping those stun rays. It is going to be the focus fire onto Ghost. Ghost is trying to get himself away, but Timbersaw is going to dive all the way to the backlines, and it looks like Watson's in now as well. They take down Slayer, they take down Ghost, and now Palintimos is going to be the next target. Dive again, Chakram coming up, but it's going to be the good latch to the tree, and it looks like they might just try and disengage. They did take down Dendy. I'm not sure who took him down. Actually, Palintimos, it looked like used the... didn't actually use the Eclipse, so didn't commit that. Just going in with the Lucid Beams with the right-click damage there to take down Dendy.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to be using your ult and Luna in these fights, especially when PL showed up, because, you know, they basically took a fight on a creep wave, so your ult is most likely to just, you know, bounce to these illusions, bounce to these creeps. FN actually came from, like, around Roche area-ish, from behind, so I think DK jumped a little bit too early onto Dendy, and it meant that they were able to just punish him, kill him with the heroes. He was kind of surrounded with no teammates around. Ember then followed up a little bit later, got the Dendy kill, which is nice. You know, you're happy to get it, but you're trading 2 heroes for it. It's not exactly ideal. I think they wanted to have a better reveal of their Blink Dagger than that.
Okay, Timbersaur's getting brave. No one is around to help him, and there is 4 heroes on the side of Team Unique. Just stacking this one, but it looks like his Spidey Sense. What an appropriate hero to Spidey Sense as well, with the Timber Chains and everything. You know, the Spider-Man of Dota. As the scan comes out, they are going to try and smoke up here, Team Unique, but smoke's going to break TSA. Is it going to be the dive forward? Dragon Tail comes out onto the line, the Bushwhack as well, and he gets taken down. TSA with another death. Going to be slighted fisted there. FN has a real vendetta against the line, it seems.
Yeah, it's not the ideal pick-off. Obviously, you would hope to be finding something like a PL or Wind Ranger, but this is, you know, the movement we were talking about. They, you know, they can invade this jungle. Luna's now going to get to farm their jungle because...
Blink the Sunray. They're going to be able to take down the Timbersaw. Maybe. He does have the Timber Chain if he's going to be able to get himself away from it. And yeah, the Sunray wasn't actually able to do a whole lot of damage. Egg will be popped, but no fear. He wants to try and right-click it down. It's going to be the Dragon Tail. Oh, do they have the damage? Watson coming on the back lines. So they do take down Slayer. That Egg did not pop. And now FN with the DD rune. He's going to try and take down No Fear. He's got that Sleight of Fist, so he is going to be able to do the damage. And Timbersaw, meanwhile, back lines. Bignum will be killed off. So again, just another quick in and out here for Bait and getting 2 kills to 1. Meanwhile, the Lunar Illusions are pushing out this top lane. You know, we see Palintimos with the Manta style, you know, trying to push these lanes up. But if we look at the net worth, he is about 2k gold ahead of the PL here. But the PL with that Diffusal Blade just seems to have a way better timing than Luna at the minute. Speaking about time, Ghost is going to try and blink himself away. He's going to go for the TP, anything to cancel this. Tomato doesn't get close enough to get that neutral clap. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, and Ghostic is able to TP himself out.
That's a nice bit of space as well. They just forced some TP rotations. And it looks like Unique will probably either go take a fight right now. They have, well, I don't think they will. They have no egg, but it would probably be a good time for them to go bot and potentially pressure this tier 1 bot. It's not a very strong tower to take. It doesn't really open up anything on the map for you, but with all the heroes that just move top to try and go on the DK there, they do have a bit of space bot right now. If someone wanted to go bot, push the wave. Otherwise, this mid tower is still up, and Unique are really, you know, they want it. You need this tower. It's just a shame because their sieging hero is Dragon Knight, but you know, Bait have all these ways to answer it. The Timbersaw, the Lion. You know, if you walk up on Dragon Knight, as you saw earlier when they took that poor mid fight, you know, this hero literally just gets stunned and then bursted with magic damage. You know, he got power shot. He just went down. It's just really hard for DK to do what DK wants to do in this game. I think Bait really answered this hero nicely in their draft.
Does he pivot then at all? Because he's going to be going for the BKB. Do you think he needs to? Do you think we'll be seeing like either of the Aghanims, you know, the Shard or the Scepter coming out for the DK here? Is that something that you think he should be going towards?
Those feel like quite greedy items. I would say if he was having a much better game, then we could see it for sure.
Yeah.
BKB is definitely the correct call here. There's no way for him to fight without it. I also think he may need to be buying items that help them answer this PL as they move into late game. There's potentially room for Shivas there. However, I could also see Ember picking that up. Obviously, everyone right now is just going for these BKBs. All 3 cores on Unique are buying it. I think Shivas is definitely a must pick up for either DK or Ember because A, they're playing against PL and it's just good against PL. It's great armor item against both PL and Wind Ranger. lowers their attack speed, and it lowers HP regen, which is incredible against Enchantress and Timbersaw. So I think this item probably the best in the game for them. So someone should get it for sure, and I think someone else should buy an AC. So I could potentially see DK buying AC and Ember going Shivas.
Yeah. Okay, what about on the side of Bait? Because Dendi going towards the BKB, it looks like Timbersaw is going to go to the Kaya. I absolutely love the Aghanim Shard on the Timbersaw. I think it might not be the best in the game, but I just think it's one of my favourites. Being able to use this flamethrower, you know, the damage that it does to buildings as well, because Timbersaw isn't really a building hitter. So anything that gives his kit, you know, that just little bit of extra siege damage, you know, I really do enjoy that. But yeah, it's going to be the Sanj and Kyra, it looks like, coming out here for the Timbersaw into the Shard. Is there anything specific you want to see coming out on the side of Bait?
Not particularly. I mostly just want to see Dendi finish his BKB so they can go take a nice fight. You know, we saw on mid, he got stunned by DK, which is kind of a drawback of BKB actually, is that you suffer from, you know, getting gone on, initiated on with the stun. It's instant, right? You can't react to it unless you see it coming.
Yeah.
And like, you know, because of this is why we've seen such a rise in Eon discs over the course of the animator. So I don't know. I think BKB is good if they take the initiative and get the start of a fight. I think that could be really strong for them on Bait. Otherwise, you know, it's far off, but a Blink online is going to be good for them. Enchantress doesn't really need items to function, but the more she has, the better. She doesn't want to get bursted in these fights by the magic damage. She's generally a low HP hero, but she's bought treads this game. She's got a fluffy hat at 1. She's currently sitting at 1,200 HP, and she's looking to buy a Dragon Lance, which is kind of nice. I think that will help them deal with the Phoenix Egg if they have, you know, a hero like Ench hitting it in fights.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for them. Yeah. Otherwise, this Sanj and Kaya that Timber's going for is pretty decent.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna... I don't know how much it'll do in the fights. Obviously, like, amplifies his regen. He's gonna make sure he's not stunned for as long, but...
Yeah,
fine.
just a couple of technical issues. It just looks like both teams just refreshing the Dota client, because, you know, we got Nemesis, I think that's how it's pronounced, last night, and I woke up this morning, checked Twitter, and everyone's going, oh, this is great, but I'm losing like 100 frames. Like, this is great, but performance has crashed through the floor. So, you know, nothing like dropping a patch just as you get in the middle of the qualifiers for TI. It's just... It's a good job it wasn't a balanced patch, really, because that would have been a nightmare.
Dude, imagine just being with this team with all your drafts prepared. You're like, okay, guys, we gotta qualify to TI. Let's go! And then they just drop a balance patch, enough all your favorite heroes or something.
Yeah, just Holy Locket is removed. Just straight up removed that item. But yeah, no, it wouldn't surprise me to see that the SA, the Eastern European region, complete, and then Valve go, here's the balance patch. So good luck to every other region.
Yeah, I actually think with Bait, they probably would have fared better on a new balance patch just because of how versatile their drafts have been. Like, even this game, right, we're seeing this PL and Wind Ranger. They're not exactly the most common cores that have been picked up right now, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Unique have been kind of doing a lot more standard drafting. You know, they're picking up these spirit heroes on mid during DPC. They're picking, you know, the DKs, the Broods, and so on. Lucky for them, though, patch is completely fine. We'll see what they can do with it.
Yeah, everybody I've spoke to is absolutely loving this patch. You know, seeing the like I say, the Winter Wyverns. You know, seeing Chantresses. Absolutely not. No.
I don't know. I feel like I've watched the same TV episode 50 times in a row with these tournaments.
I was kind of like, I was all for it at the start of the animator, like seeing Grimstroke come out, you know, because of like the strong illusion heroes, like with the Dark Portrait, seeing Snapfire, seeing like all these heroes that you don't usually see all the time. You know, they've just started to become popular, and then they just seem to
Yep.
be like this mid-event shift where everyone's like, no, this is actually garbage. What we need is heals, heals, heals. And, you know, then the Enchantresses, the Winter Wyverns, the Lion. I think I'm even sick of the Lion, to be honest.
Yeah, Lion's he's very annoying. They're actually about to skirmish top. There's smoke looking for
Radiant's
heroes.
courier has been killed.
No
They
fear.
actually just narrowly missed them.
Gets a courier instead, so a consolation prize coming up there.
Yeah, that's a real shame actually. If they had just kept going forward, they would have found those heroes. But because of the courier line of sight, like the line that it was traveling from, they just assumed that they were hiding in the trees at the top, so they ran there instead. I mean, it was a smart move to make, you know, follow the courier trails, you know, but they just narrowly missed them because of it. It's so sad. Could have been a really good pick off for bait there if they'd found them.
Slayer going for what feels like every pub Phoenix build ever. Regen boots straight into Hand of Midas. And then into that sheep as you were talking about. Which, you know,
What
no flame, because obviously like you're saying the Sheepers is a nice item. That somebody should be picking it up, and it looks like it's going to be the Phoenix that wants to pick this one up. But we are going to be seeing a smoke coming through from Unique. Going to try and go for a wrap around the back. But everybody on the side of bait starting to move towards that right side of the map and away from where Team Unique were looking for a kill. Slayer's acting as bait, it looks like.
Yeah, it's not a good bait. If they went on him right now, he would die because his team is top. I don't know if that's entirely the plan. I mean, there's nothing to defend mid for him, so if he moves out of position, that's pretty poor from him. But it looks like he's gonna keep it safe, move towards his team. They're actually setting up top on bait. Looks like they're gonna try and react to this.
Yeah, they do have an Observer Ward just outside of, it looks like Unique's range. Ghostic wants to be coming in with the Dragon Form though. No fear in the trees like you were talking about. Timbersaw, I think, already revealed himself there, so Chakram comes out. But Watson's just going to carry on pushing out the bot here. It's, I suppose he can react, you know, he can TP in if this fight breaks out, but it looks like Unique not wanting to risk it, just backing themselves away here, not sure where everyone was.
Yeah, this is kind of your ideal situation for bait right now, where you can de-push these waves reasonably safely with Timber, whilst the PL just, you know, pushes bot, farms the enemy jungle, farms the triangle. He's getting way more, you know, gold than Radiant, you know, as they're all standing top, you know, posturing. Oh, are we gonna push the tier 2 tower? Are we not? You know, this is fine for bait. They're happy with that. So I think Unique realize that they're gonna back off. They don't really want to force the issue. They're gonna try and push mid a little bit again. This tower is starting to get a little bit low.
Yeah, like you were talking about, Ghostic, it just doesn't feel good for him at the minute. It feels like he's popped this Dragon Form about 3 or 4 times to push towers, and they've just, apart from that tier 1, just not able to close anything out here on the side of Team Unique. And Bait doing a really good job. The Bushwhack's going to be coming through onto the Timbersaw, but Timbersaw should be fine. Yeah, just going to get back in the lane, throw out a Chakram, get a little bit more farm.
Yeah, they're just going to keep defending mid tower. Honestly, it's Luna's topping the net worth charts, and that's, you know, great and all, but I think Bait's position of having this mid tower still up and, you know, having their PL farming is really good for them. I think late game, this PL could just win this game for them. He just needs... He's actually going an Ether Lens. This is some old build, I believe. Was it China that popularized it? The Shard and the Octarine stuff? I'm actually surprised to see it.
And
I would have thought he'd like to go like Scardy or something.
yeah, I would have thought, like, maybe a Scardy into a Butterfly into, you know, looking for those kind of items, but no, he's full in, he's gonna pick this one up. I mean, I suppose he's being given the space, like you're saying, but he was about... He's slowly closing the gap on the Luna, you know. And with things like this, where Unique are looking into the enemy jungle, it just means that all 3 cores, you know, not everyone can farm when you're trying to farm camps. Oh, they're going to be able to take down Slayer. Just 2 stacks into the Finger of Death here now as well for the Lion.
I'm wondering if they could potentially force a Roche here. Although with PL's build with the hood, Manta Diffuser. I guess they don't have enough damage to do it. I think Unique, on the other hand, are starting to reach this point where they can Roche if they take a good fight around the pit now.
Yeah.
The Luna has Eagle Song going Butterfly. I think that's a really great item for her this game. PL is not a natural MKB buyer. It's not something he wants to buy. I mean, you can see now he's... I don't know if this Ether Lens build into her BKB is going to be enough in these fights to take her down, especially since their physical damage is not going to be enough. On the other hand, Wind Ranger is a natural MKB buyer. I was talking about how it's probably going to be Wind Ranger's job to kill Luna. They're going to fight now.
Oh, no fear. Yeah, he's got that heals off, so is he going to be able to? He's not. I don't even know why I started to question that. He was just dead as soon as the bushback came out as well. There was no way he was getting out of that. Heals or not, that was just a big power damage. Power spike damage coming through onto the Enchantress. And now Ghostic wants to go forward. He blinks through, but only the Timbersaw. And I don't think he was close enough to get the Dragon Tail off there. Or maybe Unique just didn't want to commit onto that.
Yeah, the Ench is respawning in 10 seconds. She's got pretty low respawn time, and they don't have a BKB on FN now. That was just 9 seconds.
Sunray, the bushwhack, is going to be keeping Timbersaw locked down. In fact, didn't even need the snipe there coming through from the Hoodwink there. Looks like they want to push this one in. Ghostic now does have that level 2 onto the Dragon as well. So are they going to be able to take down the egg? It's getting close. It's going to pop, but being able to use that Doppelganger Phantom Lance, so he avoided the explosion, will still be taken down though in the end. And this tier 2 tower will finally go. And DK, it's 3 heroes without buyback. They've got no PL for the next 60 seconds as well. And Ghostic, at least half of his ultimate left. So this creep wave is going to push in. Is this just a set of racks here?
For sure, if they don't buy back, they can easily take the racks here with Luna. Luna's a great taker of bases, and they have Dragon Knight form still up to help push the towers down. I mean, if you saw in that fight, Ghostic done the correct PL on top of the Phoenix Egg. That is so game-winning right there, because that egg was going to go down. That egg was so deep, I did not think Slayer was going to live through that one. But yeah, an incredible stun from Ghostic there. Saved the egg, saved the fight, killed them all. Very good. And now they've, taken a racks. Top's going to be pushing in all the time. They're going to have great map control over the top half, and that's just like an easy rush. Especially with this PL still dead, I think they can just straight up do it. I don't know how Dire can contest.
Yeah, they are going to be going in. It looks like the side of Bait are rotating over slowly but surely. They can take back this outpost, and the PL should be able to TP. Power shot comes through, so they have spotted up, but Roche, like you say, it's so low. TSA do want to go over this. Blintzmos pops that BKB. Spike will be coming through, so it looks like they want to try and fight this on the backlines, but it's going to be good bushwhack as well as the sharpshoot coming through. And the Timbersaw just walked himself into the pit, but Blintzmos gets the Aegis, and now the chase is on. Bingham is going to try and run away from Watson. Watson, though, is going to try and chase down Slayer. Slayer has that dive away. Doppelganger comes out. It looks like they want to be changing targets once again onto Bingham, but it's going to be another Dragon Tail. And it looks like Watson is going to be able to get himself out of this. No, with the damage coming through, Blintzmos takes down the PL once again. 3 heroes dead on the side of Bait and Unique. This sets them up for another tier 2 tower, maybe even another tier 3 if they can get through this quick enough, because no one is dead. And Bait, 3 heroes down, no way that you can defend this. I say no way. TSA, the Sunray comes through. Lion is gonna be absolutely cooked.
Yeah, this is not looking great. Wind Ranger does not have the damage to be getting a kill like that, especially when Unique is alive and playing behind their core. That just wasn't going to happen. This is a complete disaster. I'm guessing Bait thought that they could take the fight because there was no Phoenix Egg. However, this Luna has a literal butterfly. They have all their BKBs up. It's just a really hard fight. I think they have reached their peak timings really well here.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little bit of deja vu to this top lane push now as well. Ghostic with his ultimate, it's only about 2/3 of the way through. Another tier 3 tower will go down. 10 seconds before the PL now as well. When Enchantress is rooted, it's going to be a Lucid Beam coming through onto the Timbersaw as well. Where's that sharpshoot? It's not being used just yet, and it looks like they're just going to go straight on. Timbersaw's dead. 50 seconds.
Beam him down.
It was used, that sharpshoot, and in the end, yeah, Timbersaw just gets absolutely melted. But Unique, did he even need to? Did he just go for the mega creeps here, push down the bottom lane, look to really put the pressure onto Bait?
Absolutely, they are far stronger now than Bait is. I don't think there's any way Bait can fight into them. I think this PL build is very strange. Or not so much strange, it can't fight. There's only 1,700 HP on this Phantom Lancer. How does that stand up to to what the damage that Unique are dealing. It just doesn't work. I really think he needed something to give him a little bit more health, Satanic Scotty, such and such,
Yeah.
to be able to fight. I think
Dire's bottom tower
with
is
this,
under
it's just not
attack.
possible, and Wind Ranger's not doing enough damage to make up for that.
Yeah, I actually got the Rapier queued up here for Wind Ranger, but that's a whole load of gold away from being able to even buy one of the pieces up. So,
Yeah.
I
I don't think that's enough even. Rapier used to be the be-all end-all of games in the last patch, but then they took the True Strike away, so even if she has a Rapier, there's a high chance that Luna can just live through with this Butterfly Satanic.
Yeah, they are smoked up looking for a wraparound here, but again, Palintimos does still have that Aegis and picked up a Satanic. Oh, the Dragon Tail in. Wind Ranger not even going to be able to get that wind run off. It doesn't look like BKB's going to be popped now as well as Sunray, but it looks like FN wants to go into deep on this. Sunray onto the Enchantress. They are going to be able to take down TSA. Are they going to go any further? With the Egg, with the Eclipse, it should be enough damage. Dandy just tries to run himself away, but another good Dragon Tail, the Flame Breath, and they take down the Wind Ranger, who's, it's going to be the buyback. It looks like it's the last stand saloon coming out here for bait. It looks like Watson wants to go into Bignum. They will be able to get the kill onto the Hoodwink, but the turnaround now with the Dragon Tail. The stun's coming out onto the Phantom Lancer, and Palintimos on the back lines. He's just trying to go 3-4 versus 1, and Palintimos carries on going. Lucid Beam onto Dandy. Dandy needs to run himself away, but one more strike, and Lucid Beam will be able to finish off this kill, and now he's not even going to be bothering with the heroes. He's just attacking the tower. The Glaives are going to bounce around. Lucid Beam onto the Enchantress, and this looks like it's going to be good night Vienna as bait being forced back into the base. All the buybacks coming through, and Palintimos Aegis still there. Satanic coming back up now as well. He's got the Manta Style, doesn't have the mana for it, but it's just the idea that Palintimos, if that Aegis goes down, full health, full mana, I don't even think they're going to be able to kill him once the Sharpshoot finishes the job. Timbersaw, last man standing, and Unique go big, go plus ultra, and take down bait in this first game. It is a best of 3, so bait can look for the kickback, but Team Unique, I'm going to say it, I believed in the Luna, never doubted it for 1 second.
Yeah, they definitely had better looking heroes going into the mid to late there. I thought bait, honestly, seemed to look pretty strong for a while. I mean, they held their mid tower for a really long time. They held their top tower for a really long time. You know, they utilized this Timbersaw really well. They were diving Luna. It seemed like they had what they needed to provide a good mid game for themselves. They took the enemy's mid tower pretty early on. It just seems like they had this issue where their Wind Ranger and their PL are both single target damage, cause both physical damage, and they simply weren't able to, you know, kill what they wanted to. Especially with this PL farming for most of the game. You know, they would send Dendy top to go defend with the team and take these fights while PL split push bottom. But I don't know. It just seems to me like they had an issue with two of their cores feeling like they were doing the same thing, and neither of them really achieved it.
Is there anything, like you've talked about Watson's build here, you would have preferred it, like you said, the Guardian to the Satanic. Is there any, like going back in hindsight, anything or any heroes you would have rather be picked up here instead of like the Wind Ranger or the Phantom Lancer? Is there anything you think would have been able to complement the draft better, and maybe give bait a better chance up against Team Unique here?
It's hard to say what they definitely could have needed because Team Unique had last pick.
Yeah.
So no matter what they picked for mid, they were probably going to be able to just counter it. I think.
That's a sad
I
line
think what
as
they
well.
needed was, yeah.
Like, I'm just looking
more
at
aggressive mid.
the two fingers of death. You know, that's even in a game. How long was that game? 31 minutes. Yeah, I like. You would have thought like maybe 3 or 4.
I mean, it happens, right? I think I would have preferred something that could just make more moves on the map. Obviously, their puck and stuff got banned out. I think maybe some form of spirit. You know, the way FN picked up Emma Spirit and was able to move around the map with it really well. Maybe Dendy needed something similar to that.
Yeah.
Void Storm. I don't think he plays them very much though. At least from what I've seen in the DPC leagues. He's definitely much more of a puck invoker. He even played some SF, but I don't know how effective that would have been this game. It's kind of a shaky hero.
Okay, well guys, that is the first game of the series. It is a best of 3 though, so hopefully Bait can force it through. We get a 3-game series, but Unique looking to close it out in 2. We're going to take a quick break. I'll take a word from our sponsors and we'll be back with the second game right after this.